Hello, little gravy Timothy's, and welcome back to some Hearts of Iron 4 brand new DLC, which I can really call it brand new at this point. I mean, it's the latest DLC, that's for certain. And today we are technically in a new episode of Focus to Z because they've added a focus tree for Belgium now, funnily enough. And I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in it because I haven't actually looked at the Belgian tree in the slightest. Oh god, do I do it? Do I? Oh, I'm gonna do it. Welcome to Belgium. Apparently, according to some online influencers, the people of Belgium and their lives do in fact matter. But I think the most unique thing about Belgium now in Hearts of Iron 4 is probably having the most schizophrenic unit I've ever seen in the game. Okay, so we got the recon armored cars, we got the sport artillery, we got 4 cavalry, 1 motorized, and a light tank destroyer. Yep. There it is. Could you really call this thing a destroyer of anything? But I do think we may need to get the Belgians checked out at some sort of psychoanalyst to see what's really going on here. Oh, look at that. They did also add in the FAL. There it is in all its beautiful little glory. Ah, that's actually a beautiful delicate right there. Oof. Now, I didn't lie when I say I haven't really looked at the Belgian tree. I have looked specifically at one little part of the tree that I will be doing today, and it's probably very fitting for a non-historical playthrough because I have switched that off to my own detriment, I imagine. Oh, it's kind of weird actually. I'm looking at it now and there's actually the same path, but you can get it 2 ways. And yes, we are doing the new European Union. It's a little bit complicated on how we get to it and get to work as it, but it is not unique to Belgium either. In fact, it's so not unique to Belgium, it's in their tree twice. But yeah, you can now do the European Union both as Belgium, and I believe you can do it as the Dutch over here, and you could also do it as the Austrians. And it's kind of funny because if you do it as all 3 of them at the same time, I think they all become the European president, which I guess that could be very confusing if I'm the European president, but also there's a rival European president over in Austria. But hopefully we won't have to deal with that in our game today because, well, actually we could unironically end up dealing with that depending on what Austria does, but I'm just going to pray that we don't have to deal with the rival EU. Well, I guess having rival EU presidents does kind of make sense, considering there was the European free I'm not even going to get into this. I know you're not here to be educated, you're here to watch the funny colors on the map change. So yeah, I'm looking at which European path we should go, and I think I'm actually going to go with the right side over here. This one is pretty good. It gets us there quicker, and we will get the Benelux invited to a faction by looks. I'm not too sure if we can just annex them from that, but it doesn't matter regardless because you'll see later. So I'm going to go with the one on the right because I think it might be better for us. Oh yeah, also we have our Belgian Congo, which we do share a tree with that we can both go down like all the other shared trees we could do, which is kind of good. They get a lot of resources down there and eventually break free, so gotta keep an eye on that. Oh, yeah, also Belgium, even today, suffers from a lot of problems. I won't name what these problems are, but I'm just going to keep hovering over. But don't worry, because today I'm going to fix all of those problems. Like, first off, now deciding on what we should all speak. If it was up to me, I'd sit everyone down, you know, get everyone around a big table and be like, you haven't behaved, and you know what? None of you have behaved. So we're going to find a middle ground here. We're going to pick a language that nobody here speaks, and that's going to be the official language. The next meeting would be in Mandarin. Okay, so we get the choice here. Dutch, which gives us recruitable pop factor, which is pretty good. Stability and war support. French, political power or war support. Or we can just get rid of the in general spirit and pay 150 political power and get none of the buffs. Now, I'm going to need a lot of PP, so I'm going to go with the daily political power game one. And that's right, unfortunately, we're all speaking French. Okay, a little bit of bad news for us. The Germans are actually going their historical route. This could mean that they're obviously not going to do historical stuff. They could still go all these ahistorical paths, but I think we're still going to be on the front lines here regardless. It's alright though, because I have ran down to support the European project, which is going to allow us, hopefully, if people agree, to start building this idea of Europe. Also, just notice, while Germany didn't go their ahistorical route, a lot of people are going ahistorical routes. And of course, the UK is doing what they always allies do, which is getting the damn black shirts in power, which is going to be even more terrible if Germany actually stays what they're doing right now. Okay, we got Luxembourg. We didn't get the Dutch. We got Spain, interesting considering their situation. And we got France. That's all that matters. So we now have a pretty powerful faction already formed. Would have been nice to get the Dutch as well, but we're not going to cry about that. Interesting. Can we actually help out down here? I don't think we can, because tension is definitely not high enough. Oh yeah, I can get Otto von Habsburg as well. So you know what? I'm going to get him. I don't think you can get him as your leader, but you can get him as a political advisor. And he has actually got some pretty good stats. Okay, we ain't done just there though. We are about to finish European Community, which will turn me into the European President, and I will be a little blue blob on the map. Now this as well will give me some decisions where I can expand Europe and both federalize everyone already in it. So I'm going to propose federalization to Spain immediately. Hopefully they will accept. The things that are likely to accept are they have a high opinion of us and we share the same ideology. So we probably should get everyone as quickly as we can before they all go their other routes and start ruining this for us. But yeah, we're going to need a heck of a lot of PP because the Germans will be coming and we got to make sure we're as powerful as we can before that happens. Spain allows limited federalization. Spain becomes a EU member state of the EU president. They've become my puppet. Excellent. Oh, that has kind of broken the Spanish Civil War though. Maybe I should wait because it feels like they actually were pretty close to beating them, but I was gonna get in and then join the war, but yeah, that just beats them out. You know, I don't think it matters. I'll be real with you, it really doesn't matter that we now have two Spains. One of them's my puppet. Okay, next up I'm gonna save up my PP and try to get France to federalize as well. Oh god, something real confusing just happened down in Spain. Spain just exploded out of my puppet. We now have 3 Spains. Okay. Sure. France, can you go deal with that? Well, and now other Spain wants to join my faction too. Okay, sure. You know, sure. Hey, France allows limited federalization. Look at that. We're already taking over Europe. And I guess I could just make this... You know what? I'll leave the AI to do it. I could just steal their army and quicken this up, but it doesn't look like it's going to take too much. Okay, now before we federalize anyone else, we should probably make a few agreements to get more people in. Specifically, I want to get the Czechs in first to get a nice power block and start surrounding the Germans. Oh god, well, another Spain just popped out of one of the Spains and... Carl is just hanging out in the... Why are you in the Basque area? Oh, Soviet opposition requests support. Who are you trying to get in power right now? Sure, have a couple guns. Oh god, France just spewed out a communist revolution too. That's not good. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna steal your army and put this down. Wait, no I won't because I can't even join because... somehow we're still at 5% world tension despite the fact there are 12 Spanish civil wars going on. I mean, it looks like they could probably put it down themselves. I don't know how many troops these guys... Okay, yeah, they should be fine. Okay, Czech said no, which is not great. We're going to try the Polish now. Hopefully they can get involved because the Czechs would have been very nice. Oh, and the Soviets have blasted out with Grigory Zinyov. I'm assuming the Trotsky thing didn't go too well. Okay, good news. Poland is in. I'm going to immediately try to federalize them as well. They probably don't have a high chance, though, because they are not our same ideology. They're not aligned. Poland said no. Not that surprising, but having them as an ally is still pretty good, as long as they don't flip, which they could. Okay, Denmark's in, and we also got Iceland as well on top of that. We now actually own more land in Spain than we originally had, and we also have the other guys in our faction, and I can hit the federalize button on them. I imagine they're really going to say no, though, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, we also got the Italians on board. We're not going to hit the federalize button on them, though. We've already learned our lesson in Spain and what can happen. And already, you can see, we're trying to squish the damn Germans in. Oh, Italy, why'd you do that? They just like puppeted all of their own stuff. Why didn't you just take it? Why did you do that? Oh, Hungary just made a faction with communist China. That's a little bit on the Okay, the Germans went for Danzig for Slovakia. Does that mean they're still coming? I think that probably means they are still coming. If we kind of look at this, they're there, they could do befriend that, they could do influence the Benelux, and they could still go around the Maginot, but I don't know what this Germany is gonna do. Oh, yeah, I also federalized Italy, at least part of Italy. It's so dumb. Yeah, these guys are still all in the faction, though, and I can federalize all of them, but that's 100 political power for each of them. I didn't even realize, we fighting Portugal? When did that happen? Okay, I didn't even see that going on. Okay, the Germans are going in. They've already taken down Luxembourg. They got in there way too quickly, who is technically still in my faction. Weird thing is, though, my puppet actually created a faction. They're in the Italian Confederation, which was with the Netherlands. Problem with that, Italy, is how the hell do you do that? Yeah, it literally makes no damn sense. Poland's getting whacked right now, though, so I should probably join. I don't know how this is gonna go, but here's hoping. And yeah, I do have an army made up completely of my various puppet troops. Okay, we are holding back the Germans pretty nicely right now. By me, I mean all my puppets holding back the Germans. Kind of had to abandon what was going on down there in Spain. I really don't know how to go deal with that. They got a pretty nasty breakthrough here, but I managed to stabilize it. And also, the Italian Confederation appears to be growing because now they've got Ethiopia on their side too. Oh, and America too? America! Oh, and they also went Chad Auflanden, so I'm going to go ahead and give him military access. Hopefully he'll come over here and hold the line with us. Okay, Poland's actually doing really well. They just cut off a whole bunch of Germans there, encircled them. If they can hold, that'd be absolutely great here. If they can hold. And heck, even the Danish are managing to hold right now. So come on, Poland. Okay, the Germans got to be suffering pretty badly. Just look at the state of their troops on the front line now. And you also got to remember that they are currently also, I'm imagining, yeah, they're still on economy of conquest, right? 88% of their consumer goods. So we should have this in the bag. The Germans have called the Japanese shogunate. Are you kidding me? What are you doing here? Okay, we're doing a counterattack in the north. Just ignore that, though. Why has Switzerland turned into the Alpine supremacy? What is that Star Wars flag? Germany just broke Molotov-Ribbentrop. They went in on the Soviets? What? I hate the fact I'm having to fight Japanese troops on the damn front line over here. The hell's Alf? Alf, can't you go do something about that? You do. Oh, yeah, well, he is fighting them, but he ain't doing nothing. Oh, yeah, also, we're fighting the Soviets under Grigori over there. I'm not too worried. Last I checked, he was kind of busy. Fighting the entire world by the looks of things. Germany is gone. Look at that. Europe wins. We've also got to deal with a few more things, though, before we truly get that W. Yeah, also not too sure what's going on in Mutpa down there, and why they are going absolute ham. Well, Uruguay, I think we might be stretching a bit on the whole European aspect of you joining, but sure. I guess we're branching out. Okay, we've also got the Alpine supremacy dealt with, and a whole bunch of Japanese troops are now just stuck in France. Good. And I've got the foul. Look at that bad boy right there. Okay, now we could just hop straight on that Soviet front now and start pushing, but I think before we do that, we need to figure out our current army situation, because we don't have an army. It's just all of my puppets, and it's not very good. So we're going to go ahead, annex France, and then work on that. Thankfully, they haven't actually updated their puppet status, and we just need to get them down one tier to actually get them annexed here. That's kind of weird. We were fighting the Ottomans because Greece was in our faction, and they have finally capitulated. We finished them off, but in the peace deal, I'm assuming because the Dutch were actually capitulated, we could actually take them in that. So now I just took them and I own them, which is good because I've got an idea. Dutch East Indies, though, they were not capitulated, so they're just completely free now. And I'm just realizing that I have not been paying attention to the rest of the world. But yes, I quickly found out that I only need to control these states to form the actual nation of the European Union, which I do technically now control. I just need to slowly annex all my vassals. We got France, we've got Tuscany, we're about to get the EU, Italy, European Italy, and then we got 1, 2, and then Luxembourg. We got a little while to go. Oh yeah. Also, I'm going to go ahead and turn communist. See, going down the path I went down here, you can still do raise the red flag, which allows you to switch on over to communism. It's going to cost us a little bit of PP, which we desperately need at the moment, but it will come in handy. It's a bit annoying. I have to annex all of these Italians individually, but, you know, we are doing it. I just don't like doing it. And we are getting like 3 PP a tick at the moment, so it's not too bad, but it is still slow. But we've got 3 more nations to go, and we can hit the funny button. Yeah, to lower everyone's autonomy, I just send all of my support equipment and all my convoys over there, and then I just wait for the PP to tick in. Congo has declared for independence. And I got bad news for you, Congo, because I don't currently own you. Yeah, I don't think that did anything, which I guess is good for me. Don't have to worry about that. Also bad for me because I probably do have to worry about that at some point becoming a problem. Okay, we finally annexed everyone. I did have to go back and go back to democratic because I thought you'd actually still have the decision to realize European unity, but apparently you lose it if you don't go to if you go to communism before you do it. So I went back. And now I've still got the button to do it. So boom, there you go. We are now officially Europe. But yeah, if you're doing what I'm doing, don't flip to communism until you've got everyone and you've hit the button already. Then go to communism. There you go. And if I had done that correctly, I wouldn't have had to do that in the console. But we are now the Union of European Soviet Socialist Republics. Okay, and now thankfully you do actually keep all these decisions for whatever reason. But just forming the nation, you need to be democratic. Okay, now I have everything as a core, and obviously we could do the expansion and stuff, so let's actually go ahead now and build a proper army. Okay, European Latvia. I know I've not been the best European president for a while, but I've built an army and I'm coming over. Okay, there go the Russians. I don't know what the hell to do here. I don't have a lot of points. I only got involved in the end there, so yeah, I'll go for the Far East. We could technically core Russia, but I don't have the points for it. And well, you can see everyone else is busy getting to work on that anyway. Oh, I guess you reap what you sow. I got the Netherlands from that stupid peace talk because they were occupied. I think that, yeah, the British annexed the Congo off because they occupied it. You know, that's fine. I think I've more than made up for the lost land at this point. All right, last person we're currently fighting is the Japanese, so I'm going to run my ass over there, and hopefully they don't take everything off of me by the time I get there. I'm also probably going to have to figure out how to actually naval invade. Okay, we've landed in Japan. We've brought about European supremacy to, funnily enough, the Alpine supremacy. Yeah, even though we've formed the nation, we still have to take all of Germany, which should be incredibly cheap because it is a core state. There we go. That was not a bad peace deal at all. Obviously, we wanted to mostly go for all the European stuff because we are the European Union. And I also did get the puppet off on Japan, which could be good because I think the communists might rise up and declare back on them. And if you don't know, communist China is still allied with the Hungarians. But yeah, the world is just a goddamn mess. I think we have to figure out the British situation next up. Oh, it does not even matter. Our faction is already fighting the Chinese, so I might as well get involved in that one. There you go. Hungary has been dealt with. There are now 2 Chinas. We won't go any further into that because European Japan's just there too. Yeah, I also love the fact that even though the Italians have been gone for a while now, Italian Confederation still going strong. Okay, we're almost ready for Operation Brenta. I don't reckon we're going to call our allies into this, but I've noticed the British are already fighting the Italian Confederation. I don't know to which degree they're really going to be able to do too much over here, but I think we should be fine. Now, I've also produced a brand new navy. I have an absolute ton of naval bombers coming out, so the fleet shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh, I guess I might as well land. They've taken troops off of Dover. I was going to wait a little bit there, but okay, AI not too smart nowadays, even though they claimed they're very smart. Oh, that was a little underwhelming, I won't lie. Oh, I think after capitulating the UK and getting my colony back. I think we can probably leave Belgium off there for today. We did pretty well, I won't lie, amidst the non-stop chaos. Yeah, I definitely should have done this with historical focuses on, I reckon. I probably would have got a couple more countries, specifically like the Poles. It would have been really good to get Poland, because look how much land they ended up with as well. I think the only other person that said no to my federalization were the Greeks, but that's because they went communist, and also the Danish randomly, and they weren't communist at the time either, but they are now, and I hate this leader. But yeah, everyone said yes, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty heavily weighted for everyone to say yes when you actually go for the federalization, which means it probably would be pretty good historically if you have, you know, non-historical focuses on. Yeah, Belgium was pretty fun. Very chaotic, which is, of course, how I like my Hoi 4 games, especially when you turn historical focuses off. But probably not the best representation of actually the Belgian experience, because obviously we did not end up as Belgium, and we didn't really play as Belgium the entire time, if you think about it, because we had so many puppets. But there are more Belgian paths to look at, and I will come back around to have a look at them, but I think next time we should probably play the damn Congo and see what that's all about. So I guess until next time, little Timothys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit this subscribe button. 1 million subscribers. We'll get a rat.